The first day back home always felt a little strange, like slipping into an old hoodie that had been sitting in the closet too long. Familiar, sure, but not quite the same fit anymore. Summer break had just started. College classes were behind me, and for now, my biggest worry was what to binge watch next. At least, that's what I thought. The smell of toasted bread and seasoned shrimp filled the kitchen, a welcome home perfume that Mom perfected without even trying. She moved around like clockwork, pulling together shrimp po' boys, cold-cut subs, and enough side salad to feed an entire Little League team. We talked about nothing, really. Weather, my plans for the week, the new family next door, just normal things. Dad had been working from home more often lately. Said the office was downsizing and he didn't mind the quiet. He'd set up shop in the converted den upstairs, where the walls were lined with decades of engineering books and old frame certificates he never talked about but never took down either. His desk, usually neat, had been a bit more cluttered the past few months. More folders, more coffee mugs, more sighs.
Go tell your father, the food's ready.
I said okay and headed up, not expecting anything unusual, but as I neared the top of the stairs, I heard his voice. Low, tight, not like him.
I'll gather my things this afternoon. I'll be sure to bring my key card too.
I stopped cold. There was a pause, then a heavy exhale from behind the door, ragged and slow, like someone deflating under the weight of bad news. I didn't hear the other end of the conversation, but I didn't need to. It was all in his tone, tight, defeated, edged with something darker. I backed away, careful not to make the floor creak under my feet. Each step was deliberate, my body tense like prey moving through a clearing. My heart beat louder than my footsteps, thudding in my ears, a relentless drum that felt too loud for the silence around me. Mom, I think Daddy lost his job.
What?
I think Daddy just lost his job. I overheard him talking about gathering his belongings from the office and turning in his key card. She asked if he was still on the phone. I said I wasn't sure. I hadn't gone in or said anything. She let out one of those long, deep breaths and began talking about staying positive. Maybe he was just being transferred. Either way, we'd be okay. I wanted to believe her. I really did. But as she walked upstairs, her hand brushed the railing like she needed it. What I felt was uncertainty. I didn't realize it then, but that moment was the beginning. The first quiet step into a fast-paced life I wasn't ready for, and into a version of myself I didn't yet know. It's a week later, and everything feels noticeably different. It had become so silent. Dad had practically locked himself in his office. The only time he would come out was for food and a restroom break. Mom picked up extra hours at the firm to ease my dad's brain, but I know it only made it worse. I sat on the edge of my bed, toes curled against the carpet, and just stared at the wall for a while. My dad losing his job wasn't my burden technically, but I felt it anyway. Maybe because I saw the way he used to light up talking about work. Maybe because 20 years at the same company wasn't just a job, it was his identity. I grabbed my phone and opened a message thread I hadn't touched in a week.
She said she my op, but I don't know her. Had to look her up. I know that I'm rich, but I can help it. Bitch, I'm good as fuck. I've been on these bitches next so long, sometimes I fucking stuck. I can put you in my business. You might wish me dead tomorrow. Bitches be on dick today, sing every word up tomorrow.
The typing bubble popped up instantly. I exhaled a little. Just having her respond gave me a flicker of normalcy. London was one of those girls who made chaos look flawless. Petite with soft, mocha skin, bright, bubbly personality, and that face that stayed perfect even when she cried. She'd been that girl since middle school. Life just worked for her. And her man, Rashid, rich. Ran a company called Nexora Dynamics, something with finance, tech, capital, all the buzzwords. And my dad, he was an investment banking analyst. Numbers were his thing. He lived in Excel like it was a second language. Maybe, just maybe, there was a shop. There was a pause. 3 dots blinked, then disappeared, then blinked again. My phone rang before I could even sit up.
Girl?
She said the moment I answered.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I mean, I'm not, but I'm okay. It just caught us all off guard.
Damn, I'm sorry, babe. That's heavy. But actually, this might be perfect timing. Rashid was just saying he needs another analyst. Swear.
For real?
Dead serious. Come meet me and Daisy. Let's talk. We're linking at that little spot, Tropic Jive. Come through around 3:45.
I knew better than to show up looking any type of way. With London and Daisy, even a casual meetup turned into an impromptu photo shoot. I threw on a cropped cream top and flared linen pants that hugged just right. Gold hoops, soft gloss, light contour, just in case. As I made my way to the front door, I pondered on if I should tell my parents that I was leaving. The house was silent, no footsteps, no voices, nothing. Instead, I decided to shoot a quick text. I then slipped outside, letting the door close gently behind me. Tropic Jive was already buzzing when I arrived. Music low, lights moody, but it wasn't massively packed as I assumed it would be. I spotted London first, seated in her usual way, legs crossed, energy high, and conversation to give. Daisy sat across from her, a plus-sized beauty. Curves, grace, and that kind of softness that makes you want to open up to her with no hesitation.
Sister!
Daisy grinned, arms open for a hug.
Look at you!
No, look at you! Okay, beauty bombshell. London pulled me into a quick hug. We sat, drinks already ordered, and then Daisy leaned in.
Okay, so what's going on?
I told them everything, from the overheard phone call to the silence upstairs, to how I wasn't even sure what my dad was gonna do next.
Like I said, Rashid needs someone. I don't see why it couldn't be your dad. I'll talk to him when we get home later.
You sure?
Girl, I don't say things to sound cute.
I've always wondered how London moved so comfortably with a man nearly twice her age. Living together, vacations, calling shots like a first wife with no actual ring. It had to be love. Or maybe just smart strategy. I never judge, though. If she likes it, I love it. But something about that setup always left me with questions I couldn't quite ask. Still, we enjoyed the afternoon. Drinks turned to laughs, laughs turned to selfies, and for the first time that week, I let myself smile without faking it. Back at home, I came in through the side entrance and headed straight to my room. Didn't even check if anyone was downstairs. My parents were still ghosts. And honestly, maybe that was a good thing. I wiped off my makeup, tied up my hair, and slipped into an old tank top. My night routine had just begun when my phone buzzed. I froze. The lounge? I reread it twice. Confused. Was this a business meeting or something else? I just wanted to see if Rashid could help my dad with a job. That's it. My stomach did this weird flutter thing. Not excitement, more like unease. London and I are close, like sisters. But I knew how certain scenes work. Certain girls got put in certain positions without even realizing it until it was too late. A part of me didn't want to believe it. But another part knew better than to be naive. I sat on the edge of my bed again, staring at my phone, wondering if this night was about to change more than just my father's future.